A Taste of Ireland with Sean Reilly, brought to you by Crow Realty Limited. Flexible, independent, and buying, selling in the Auckland region. Visit crowrealty.co.nz, REAA 2008.
And a very good morning. Hope you're all keeping well this morning, and you're welcome to another edition of A Taste of Ireland. My thanks as usual to Tony Pankhurst for a great hour of country music, and Tony will be back with you next week around the same time. We hope you're going to enjoy what we have in store for you from now until noon.
There's a sadness in your singing I have never heard before. There's a dying in your living that exists from shore to shore. There's a coward in your character that I have never seen. Oh, Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream? The promise was that men could live and worship as they please. The dream was for the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. You closed so many doors and bent the prayer on many seams. Oh, Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream? There's a numbness in your feeling for the disadvantaged poor. There's a weakness in your strength because your leaders are unsure. There are shadows in the light that once was freedom's brightest beam. Oh, Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream? The promise was that men could live and worship as they please. The dream was for the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. You closed so many doors and bent the prayer on many seams. Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream? There's a hating in your loving for the permanence of vows. Tomorrow doesn't matter, it's all for here and now. Your most important word called love is now a dirty thing. Oh, Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream? The promise was that men could live and worship as they please. The dream was for the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. We closed so many doors and then the prayers on many seams. Oh, Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream? The promise was that men could live and worship as they please. The dream was for the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. We closed so many doors and then the prayers on many seams. Oh, Ireland, what happened to the promise and the dream?
I hope you're all well this morning and that you're going to enjoy what we have to offer for you in the next hour on A Taste of Ireland. Opening up our show this morning is Patrick Feeney with a song, The Promise and the Dream, a song originally written by Tom T. Hall to criticise the failings of America to its people, but adapted here by Patrick Feeney to highlight our failings here in Ireland. Redneck, white socks and blue ribbon beer. The lyrics are set in a tavern or a public house. This was an original hit for Johnny Russell in 1973, but here's a lovely version of that song from Pat Eli.
There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. The barmaid is mad 'cause some guy made a pass. The jukebox is playing, there stands the glass, and the cigarette smoke kinda hangs in the air. With my rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. The cowboy is cussing the pinball machine. A drunk at the bar is getting noisy and mean. Some guy on the phone says I'll be home soon, dear. Rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. Though we don't fit in with that white collar crowd, we're a little too rowdy, a little too loud. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here, with my rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. A semi-line is passing on the highway outside, and the 4:30 crowd, they're about to arrive. The sun's going down, and we'll all soon be here, with their rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. Though we don't fit in with that white collar crowd, we're a little too rowdy, a little too loud. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here, with my rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here, with my rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer.
Pat Ely is from County Tipperary in Ireland, and a lovely version of the old standard redneck, white socks and blue ribbon beer. Dreams of London from County Fermanagh singer Thomas Maguire, a song written by Martin Pollock, and it recalls the memories of London in the 60s and 70s, a song which resonates with the life of Thomas Maguire, who would have been part of that scene in the 60s and 70s. This is Thomas Maguire's latest single, Dreams of London.
Come with me, my love, and share my dreams of London. To the Galley Moor on Broadway, Cricklewood, and the nights we spend there dancing, they long have passed and gone, while years have stolen memories, the sweetest have lingered on. And let us go again to County Kilburn, and nights we spend with friends we lost somewhere. And the crack was full and plenty, and the drink was cold and strong. We laughed with pals we made there, and cried when they'd all gone. And I recall we took a waltz or two round Camden, and there we danced the buckles off our shoes. And I remember show bands once that played there have all gone. In London times were changing, and the crowds no longer came, but the world just keeps on turning, and nothing stays the same. Come with me, my love, and share my dreams of London. To Kentish Town and King's Cross one more time. Then we went home to marry, and home to ties that bind. But dreams may long they linger of a world we left behind. And I recall we took a waltz or two round Camden, and there we danced the buckles off our shoes. And I remember well that rainy night in London, when first we met on the Broadway Cricklewood. Yes, I remember well that rainy night in London, when first we met on the Broadway Cricklewood.
You're listening to Sean Reilly on West Coast Radio 87.6 and 87.9 FM and on the World Wide Web.
A Taste of Ireland. We welcome requests and general feedback to the show. Email srwcrfm@gmail.com.
Meet our heroic Heart Dads, raising funds for Heart Kids, the only charity supporting children and families impacted by heart defects.
Heart Kids are amazing support after my son here, Jed, needed open heart surgery when he was just a year old.
Our daughter Porter has an electrical defect and had a pacemaker installed 18 months ago.
Every week in New Zealand, 12 babies are born with heart defects. You can support these families by taking part in the Heart Kids 360 Heartstopper Challenge. You just need to dress crazy, get chilly, and raise money.
Due to these challenging COVID times this year, we've mixed things up a little. Now you can just fill your paddling pool at home up with icy water and get stuck in.
Or take a cold shower every day for 6 days. Awesome if you live in Auckland, you've got water restrictions.
Ask your friends and family to sponsor you to brave this challenge of 360 seconds in freezing cold icy water.
Challenge others to join in.
Take the 360 Heartstopper Challenge.
And get chilly for Heart Kids.
Auckland's West Coast Radio on 87.6 and 87.9.
I was born in sweet Killarney one day when I was young, and that's the very reason why the Blarney's on me tongue. Now the night was cold and stormy, and the rain came pouring down, and the old nurse Judy Carey lived a long way out of town. So my father got the donkey out and off went with the crack, and with Judy up behind him, sure he very soon came back. Well, I was such a nice babby that the neighbours did allow. They brought the girls to kiss me, they'd never do it now. Of 10 months final, oh the likes you ne'er could find. My hair was black and glossy, and it hung in curls behind. The girls used to throw me up and catch me like a ball. I wouldn't let them do it now, for fear they'd let me fall. But when I started teething, sure I used to bawl away. The girls would lift me in their arms, and this to me would say, "Are a little tootsy wootsy, and does
does your toothsome ache? I used to look into their face because I couldn't speak. So they fed me with the bottle in the most peculiar way. They rammed it down me throttle and I had to drink away. They rocked me in a cradle until I kicked up a row. They'd take me into the bed with them, they'd never chance it now. And when the summertime had come and bathing did begin, the girls put on their bathing suits and with them I'd go in. I'd swim about upon their backs with wrinkles on me brow. I was but a baby then, they'd never do it now. Oh, I was but a baby then, they'd never do it now.
That was once a popular song from the late Larry Cunningham, revived there by Sean Walsh from Galway. They wouldn't do it now. Hugh Weaver is part of the country scene in the UK. He records in a similar style to Jim Reeves. This one was a Jim Reeves classic from Hugh Weaver, You're the Only Good Thing That's Happened to Me.
Are you thinking that I wasn't meant for you? Could it be you believe that I've been untrue? Listen, sweetheart, this just cannot be, for you're the only good thing that's happened to me. We have had ups and downs, like all lovers do, but you know in your heart that I worship you. So don't ever think of setting me free, for you're the only good thing that's happened to me. We have had ups and downs, like all lovers do, but you know in your heart that I worship you. So don't ever think of setting me free, for you're the only good thing that's happened to me.
Requests to sarwcrfm@gmail.com.
Four country roads winding to the town and county Galway. Four country roads leading to the friends I left behind. Four dusty roads winding to the town of Glenamaddy. Four dusty roads forever in the caverns of my mind. Four roads from Glenamaddy. Four roads that drift apart. Four roads to Glenamaddy are the four dusty byways to my heart. The four country highways to my heart. Way up in the north in Old Tyrone, there's a pretty little girl I call my own. She's the sweetest rose Ireland's ever grown.
And sure as the moon and stars above, I'm falling head over heels in love with a pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. There's cute little girls in Ulster-Ban, they're just as pretty in Monaghan. This to every roving eye is known. But I guess that I'd be out of bounds, 'cause there between the northern towns there's a pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. Everybody! She wears my ring and tells her friends she's going to marry me. Best of all, she tells them all she's happy as can be. Oh, lucky me. When I don't know what she done to me, there's nothing else my eyes can see but a pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone. My pretty little girl from Oma in the county of Tyrone.
Recording of a live concert from Daniel O'Donnell and a nice country selection from him. This next song was based on fact. It tells the story of a fisherman who had a traumatic experience and promised if he survived that he would devote his life to God. It's Brendan Shine and the story of the Nazarene.
I am a Connemara man, I was born to be free. I love the beauty of the land and the magic of the sea. I heard the stories of great men who sailed the seven seas, and I learnt the lore of an ancient folk and their love for the Nazarene. A hunter on the mountainside, a trapper on the sea. I love the chase, see the mountain hare throw a hound with ease. The Pucon sails to raise the spray, bringing bounty from the deep. Not all the gold the world could hold could buy that life from me. One night as we had stretched our nets and the storm it had increased, in driving mist that was so thick your hand you could not see. The gates of hell had sucked us in, and we were doomed, it seemed. In the darkest hour before the dawn, I called on the Nazarene. Come listen, all good-hearted men, wherever you may be. Our Lord is just as good today as he was in Galilee. Come lend a hand and help him out to feed his lambs and sheep. You'll have everlasting happiness in the home of the Nazarene. day it blew a gale, no boat could go to sea. I sat me down and a train of thought came rushing back to me. My brave old mates with whom I'd sailed and harvest in the deep had sailed away to the great beyond and were now at the Nazarene. Now all had changed, but the past was pain, but I've reared my family. My loving wife and her little child were sleeping their last long sleep. On my native shore where the wild waves roar, I scan the glistening sea. I haul my boat upon the shore and I follow the Nazarene. Come listen, all good-hearted men, wherever you may be. Our Lord is just as good today as he was in Galilee. Come lend a hand and help him out to feed his lambs and sheep. You'll have everlasting happiness in the home of the Nazarene. You'll have everlasting happiness in the home of the Nazarene.
That's Brendan Shine and the story of the Nazarene. And the person featured in that song went on to be ordained and was a serving curate for a good number of years in a Galway parish. Up next we have Jimmy Hines, and Jimmy's going to bring us the song written by John Duggan, 21 Acres of Land.
As I stand on the hills of Mount Temple, I can see the sun sink in the west, and I know that where'er I may wander, it's the place I will always love best. It's the home of my dreams and my memories, where I first learned to crawl and to stand. And 'twas often I'd roam through the wildwood on our 21 acres of land. So farewell to the green fields of Ireland, to the family and friends I adore. In the morning I'll cross the Atlantic, and I'll work as a farmer no more. For a man needs a wage for a living, and we all need to know where we stand. But you can't keep a wife and a family on just 21 acres of land. Worked hard for a living, and I know they had little to spare, but there's some things they gave me in plenty, such as loving and kindness and care. But the world and the times keep on changing, and my parents may not understand that you can't keep a wife and a family on just 21 acres of land. So farewell to the green fields of Ireland, to the family and friends I adore. In the morning I'll cross the Atlantic, and I'll work as a farmer no more. For a man needs on just 21 acres of land. No, you can't keep a wife and a family on just 21 acres of land.
West Coast Radio is Auckland's community radio station, broadcasting on 87.6 and 87.9 FM, with less talk and more music. Want to advertise here on West Coast Radio? Check out our website, www.wcrfm.co.nz for more information, or email us, requests@wcrfm.co.nz.
Is your beautiful lifestyle block fast becoming a lifestyle burden? Is your grass growing faster than you can keep up with? Whatever you need, mowing, slashing, maybe rotary hoeing, seed sowing or rolling, Blockbuster's Lifestyle Maintenance is here for you. Fast, efficient and professional, your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. Let Blockbusters take away the hassle so you can enjoy your lifestyle block. Free call us on 0508 Block B or at blockbusters.co.nz. Blockbusters Lifestyle Maintenance, putting the life back into your lifestyle block.
West Coast Radio on 87.6 and 87.9. We are Auckland's community radio station.
Hello, son, and welcome to the Golden Apple Supermarket, where we stock first-class Asian food, including Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Thai, Malaysian, Singapore, Vietnamese, and Filipino. See? There's also a greengrocer, butcher, and fish shop, all in the same supermarket. The Golden Apple Supermarket, 189 Lincoln Road, Henderson. Just by Countdown. We're open 9 till 7 every day. See you there.
Tell your current real estate agent you want a no-nonsense sales process, and here's what you'll hear. Good one. You won't have to tell them with Crow Realty. BS-free, accurate and honest. And they have the lowest commission rate around. Crow Realty will list, market and sell anywhere in the Auckland region. So take the good one out of selling your property with crowrealty.co.nz. REAA 2008.
It's a Taste of Ireland on West Coast Radio with Sean Reilly.
Sunny side of the mountain where the rippling water flows. Don't forget about those days we courted many years ago. Don't forget those promises you gave me and so. It's been so long, dear, since I've seen you, but my love still lingers on. Don't forget me, little darling, though our love since then seems gone. Sunny side of the mountain where the rippling water flows. Don't forget about those days we courted many years ago. Don't forget those promises you gave me and so. It's been so long, dear, since I've seen you, but my love still lingers on. Don't forget me, little darling, though our love since then seems gone. Don't forget me, little darling, though our love since then seems gone.
Opening up the second half of A Taste of Ireland, that was a song from John Glenn, which he had great success with for quite a few years and has become one of his trademark songs. If you'd like to contact the show, we'd love to hear from you. You can text us on 022 4876 927. That's 022 4876 or if you like, you can send me an email to srwcrfm@gmail.com. That's srwcrfm@gmail.com. And if you've missed this show or you would like to re-listen to it, it'll be podcast on YouTube under A Taste of Ireland. Time for a good lively waltz now, and to bring it to us is Margot and Barry Doyle and Come Back to Ireland.
Sitting in his bedsit room in London, some thoughts of his mother came to view. Was what I said the morning he was leaving to travel far across the deep blue sea. I said, come back, Paddy, soon again to Ireland. Come back, Paddy, soon again to me. For I know that far off fields they do look greener. Sure, Ireland's the place you ought to be.
It's 20 years ago now since that morning. I only wish my mother I could see, but she has gone and I'm still here in London, and Ireland again I'll never see. She said, come back, Paddy, soon again to Ireland. Come back, Paddy, soon again to me.
You're listening to Sean Reilly on West Coast Radio 87.6 and 87.9 FM and on the World Wide Web.
Tell me, darling, is there someone else sharing all my love? When I hold and kiss you, is it him you're thinking of? I've got this feeling deep inside and don't know what to do. Whereas all our love gone, where is me and you? There's no need to pretend you're still in love with me. Although it would break my heart, I will set you free. I want you here beside me, only if your love is true. Right now I feel the one I love loves somebody new. You know we were happy from the very start. When you said you loved me, I gave you my heart. And the life we shared together, now we've drifted apart. What can I do with this second-hand heart? All the love that we had was not enough for you. The life we planned together, dreams that won't come true. You have found another, my world's fell apart. All that's left for me is to heal this broken heart. You know we were happy from the very start. When you said you loved me, I gave you my heart. And the life we shared together, now we've drifted apart. What can I do with this second-hand heart? Someday I'll get over you, this heart mine will mend. And maybe one day I will fall in love again. Till then I'm free and single, not a worry or a care. 'Cause when love turns to heartache, the pain is hard to bear. You know we were happy from the very start. When you said you loved me, I gave you my heart. And the life we've shared together, now we've drifted apart. What can I do with this second-hand heart? And the life we shared together, now we've drifted apart. What can I do with this second-hand heart?
We hope you're enjoying the show this morning and that you're having a good morning wherever you are. That was Jerry Guthrie and a nice country number there, Second Hand Heart.
There's a glen in old Tirconnell. There's a cottage in that glen where dwelt an Irish colleen who charmed the hearts of men. She was handsome, hale and hearty, shining graceful as the fawn. Neighbours loved that widow's daughter, happy, laughing, no ring bond. Till one day there came a letter with her passage paid to go to the land of the Missouri and the Mississippi flows. So she bid farewell to Erin, and next morning at the dawn, a poor broken-hearted mother said farewell to Noreen Bond. Many years that mother waited, till one morning at her door stood a gorgeous looking lady Thoughts upon her cheeks, a tragic story told. There's a graveyard in Tyrconnell where the blossoms sadly wave. There's a broken-hearted mother kneeling o'er a lonely grave. Oh, my knowing you are calling, it's long years since you have gone. 'Twas a curse of emigration laid you down, my Noreen Bond. All youth and tender maidens, ponder well before you go from your humble home in Ireland. What's beyond you'll never know. What's the use of gold and silver when your wealth and strength are gone? When you speak of emigration, won't you think of Noreen Bond? When you speak of emigration, won't you think of Noreen Bond?
That was a song about a young girl from Greishlach in County Donegal who emigrated to America. A song inspired by the death of real-life Bridget Gallagher, who died upon her return to Ireland from America at only 23 years of age. A rather woeful tale of young people who had to emigrate in order to survive. Many often returned with scarlet fever and tuberculosis. Both diseases at that time were killers. Many artists over the years have recorded this song, and that's the latest recording by Derryman Eddie Gallagher and the sad tale of Noreen Bond. Here's a nice one from Jimmy Buckley, A Tale of the Trucker's Wallet.
He climbed into his 18-wheeler, and once more he thanked the dealer for the hand that life had dealt him for over 30 years. This would be his final journey, a little sad, a little lonely, as he remembered all the good times, the heartaches and the tears. So he fired up his engine, released his air brake screaming, left the docks behind him without a worry or a care. This week he would retire, sit beside the fire and tell stories to his grandsons, truckers everywhere. And deep down in his pocket was a well-worn leather wallet, a gift his father gave him as he stood there by his side. With two pictures in the middle, one a mother old and feeble, and a young girl who was just 18 when she became his bride. He motored down to 75, it sure was good to be alive as the memories came rushing back when he was a boy. And he often told the story how his dad bought his first lorry, a Bedford flat he bought one day from a man in Auckland. Every day he'd rush home from school to help his dad load flax and wool, haul it to the market in Erie and Strabane. Then he knew his school days soon would end, for all he ever wanted then was to be just like his daddy, a big truck driving man. And deep down in his pocket was a well-worn leather wallet, a gift his father gave him as he stood there by his side. With two pictures in the middle, one a mother old and feeble, and a young girl who was just 18 when she became his bride. passion with the light. And his father from his pocket gave him a leather wallet, said always keep it near you every day and night. So next week I'll hand the wallet on to my boy to carry on as he travels down that highway on the long white line of light. And deep down in his pocket he'll keep a leather wallet with a picture of his mother and his newlywed young bride. And deep down in his pocket was a well-worn leather wallet, a gift his father gave him as he stood there by his side. With two pictures in the middle, one a mother old and feeble, and a young girl who was just 18 when she became his bride. And a young girl who was just 18 when she became his bride.
Auckland's West Coast Radio on 87.6 and 87.9.
A Taste of Ireland with Sean Reilly, brought to you by Crow Realty Limited. Flexible, independent, and buying, selling in the Auckland region. Visit crowrealty.co.nz, REAA 2008.
On an autumn day, I saw her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I might one day move. I saw the danger and I passed along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we trip lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen the worst of passions pledged. The Queen of Hearts still making times, and I not making hay. Well, I love too much by such is happiness thrown away. I gave her gifts of the mind. I gave her that secret sign that's known to the artists who have known true gods of sound and time. With word and tint I did not stint. I gave her points to say. With her own dark hair and her own name there, like clouds over fields of May. On the quiet street where all ghosts meet, I see her walking now. just allow. For I have a wood not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel woos the clay, he lose his wings at the dawn of the day.
That was Pamela Gail Martin with the Patsy Cabinet song Raglan Road.
Follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/WCR 87.6 FM West Coast Radio.
Well, I'm afraid that's where we've come to the end of another show here on A Taste of Ireland. Thanks to Crow Realty Limited Auckland for their sponsorship, to your good selves every week for tuning our way, and to all the gang at West Coast Radio for your great help. Stay tuned in for the Greenhouse Hour show that's coming up next. I'll speak with you again on Tuesday and Thursday around 9 a.m. That's 10 p.m. Monday and Wednesday night in the UK and Ireland. And if you've missed any part of the show or you would like to hear it again, it'll be available as a podcast on YouTube under A Taste of Ireland. So until then, I'm Sean Reilly. Stay safe and goodbye.